One more round for our graduates. You guys can get your seats at this time. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When I was first approached by Mr. Boyd and Mr. Dennis with the honor of speaking at graduation, I was surprised but really excited. I couldn't turn down the opportunity to deliver my thoughts on a program that has helped hundreds of young men flourish. I have participated in Kappa Week since my sophomore year, specifically the fall of 2009. My time in Kappa Week has been very rewarding and fruitful. The many workshops that we participated in, from introductory finance to the state of African Americans in society today, have better prepared us for our adult life. Mismanagement of finances is a large problem in the world today, and I believe that our exposure to healthy management practices will allow us to have a better quality of life, and this outstanding class of young men will have one last barrier to success. A lesson that was taught to the members of Kappa Week that is a cornerstone of the beliefs of Kappa Alpha Psi is the importance of community service. Our community involvement was rewarding and really helped us understand the importance of being active in one's community. Being able to give back to the community that raised me and making a better place for the next generation is very important, and I'm sure my fellow graduates will agree. For example, I remember participating in the walk to defeat ALS on a cold, rainy fall morning at City Park. Now, we could have moped and complained about the weather, but being out there united together for a great cause was well worth a couple hours of cold. I also feel that the experience allowed us to bond with one another and increase the sense of brotherhood felt amongst ourselves. This sense of brotherhood could very well be one of the greatest benefits and privileges of my time in the program, because the chance to network and interact with a group of promising African American young men was incredibly rewarding. As the saying goes, it's not always what you know, but who you know, and the connections made through Kappa League and Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity are indeed invaluable. I hope that the senior class will retain the skills and knowledge that we have obtained in the program and use it in college and beyond. The leadership and interview lessons will allow us to conduct ourselves professionally in a job interview and allow us to get a leg up on the competition. Our networking skills will help us use all the connections we have gained and continue to make new ones so that we can be aided by other people to be successful. This class of seniors is incredibly talented and gifted, and I hope that every single person will continue to push themselves to succeed in their areas of interest. I know that a few of us will be pursuing college athletics, specifically Elijah Ruff, who came up earlier, and he will be playing college football. So for all of us that are playing college athletics, when they make it to the big time, I hope that I can get the hookup with some tickets. Aaron Daniels, who delivered Lift Every Voice and Sing, is another Kappa figure that is incredibly skilled in music, and I hope that he can continue pursuing his dreams so that maybe a Grammy is in his future. I expect the underclassmen to continue to be dedicated to the program so that they can build on the work of the seniors. I expect them to promote Kappa League and spread awareness so that by the time they graduate and are sitting where my fellow graduates are sitting, perhaps the program will grow exponentially. I also hope that the underclassmen will fight for air conditioning and snacks in the meetings. Because all the seniors know how hot and hungry we're going to get during those long meetings. Kappa Alpha Psi has had a huge influence on my life since I was very young, because of the fact that my dad is a Kappa. For a while, Kappa Alpha Psi was the only fraternity I even knew existed. Or the only one. I knew Kappa was a lot of fun because of the cookouts and other functions that my dad would take me to. Also, when I was younger, it seemed like every notable African-American man in society was a Kappa. I don't know how many times my dad would point out on TV or just in regular conversation, oh, you know, he's a Kappa. Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Wellington Webb, Arthur Ashe, John Singleton, Johnny Cochran, the list goes on and on. Eventually, I would learn the other aspects of the fraternity, such as community outreach and their dedication to achievement. But the prominence of Kappas in society just goes to show how strong their dedication to achievement really is. Success is paramount, and growing up around the fraternity, I too have developed an understanding of the importance of achievement and the desire to succeed. So I feel that Kappa Week has influenced my life, as well as every other Kappa Weeker, in the most positive way, and I believe that influence will stay with us throughout our lives. On behalf of all my fellow Kappa Weekers, I would like to thank all the members of Kappa Alpha Psi and their commitment to us in this program, as well as the numerous guest speakers and other members of the community who visited the meetings to share their knowledge with us. I believe that their many perspectives of the world have given us depth and made us less ignorant of the world around us. I would especially like to thank brothers Ryan Ross, David Boyd, and Michael Dennis for their special commitment to the program, since during my time in Kappa Week, they have been directors. They were always there to offer personal advice, job and scholarship recommendations, and of course, the occasional laugh. But I think the most important thing was their ability to be role models for myself and my fellow Kappa Weekers. They gave us positive figures to look up to and aspire to be, because they are all very successful in life and are men of great character. I know that they will continue to mentor the underclassmen and the boys who have yet to enter the program, and for that, I thank them. As for the possibility of becoming a Kappa in the future, I think it would be very rewarding because of the small taste of the experience I've gotten through the Kappa Week program. Like my dad says, you don't have to pledge Kappa, but you can't pledge anything else. Thank you for the honor of addressing you today. I would also like to thank my family, including my sister, and especially my mother and father, for their continued love and support. Congrats to my fellow Kappa Weekers, and may God continue to bless you in the future. Thank you. Woo!
Training for leadership. Richard Norwood is definitely one of our future leaders in the community. I mean, I've watched this young man over the last 4 years, and he does what's right when no one's watching. Not when someone's looking around, giving him guidance, direction, telling him what to do. He always does what's right when no one's watching. And I can remember meeting him for lunch downtown, and came to my job and said, hey, I'm trying to get a job so I can pay for those graduate things I need to pay for as a senior. And I was like, wow, man, that's not something I was thinking about at his age. So he's definitely headed in the right direction. I would love to have this guy as a future Kappa brother one day, and I hope he chooses to pledge Kappa or nothing else. I totally agree with that, but his parents has done the right things by him. Very strong young man, dedicated leader. Give him another round of applause. At this time, we'd like to present Richard Norwood, our 2012 Distinguished Graduate Award. Thank you, Richard. I gotta tell you, I'm gone a lot because I work with these young men all the time. I'm also in the MBA program